Hi, I'm Bill Andersen. I'm the chairman of the board of Ascend Alliance, and we're here up at Dee's Ranch. We're in an incredible setting that we're in, and I'm lucky enough to be here with Lorie Harrell, visiting from Denver.
Right.
And what we want to talk about for a few minutes is the connection, this amazing relationship that we have with the Trivani organization, the Trivani Foundation, connected to Ascend, a philanthropic group that we've been in business for 27 years now, and when Bob and Dee started this project, when they started the Trivani Foundation, prior to starting their company, at Ascend, we were the ones that they first came to and told us this extraordinary message that they wanted to bring out to the world. And you, as a distributor and an associate with Ascend, with Trivani, get to experience this from a different view. You get to experience it being on the street with the people, telling the story about this amazing foundation. So I thought it'd be fun to visit with you and just kind of get your take on the whole philanthropic thing and why are you here? Why are you doing this? You've been around network marketing, I understand, for a long time.
Right.
What's so special about Trivani?
Well, Bill, it's the opportunity to be able to give back, right? I mean, I think all of us want to be a part of something that we can make a difference elsewhere. And in the network marketing industry, we can make a difference with an individual. We can make a difference with an organization as we grow an organization. But being part of the humanitarian process, we can touch so many other people and so many other foundations that are frankly struggling.
Yeah, the foundation world has been really hit hard with the challenges that we've had in the economy. I know that a lot of the foundations are really struggling. We've had a lot of foundations that have gone away.
Right.
In fact, Bob recently, as you know, went to Manila and was participating with a group there talking about the process of helping foundations to survive.
Correct.
And one of the things that they talked about in that event was that the solutions for foundations were driven by consumption. So people are already using shampoo, they're already using vitamins, they're already using whatever, and to be able to use those and participate in helping a child as well, what does that mean to you?
Well, it means a ton, right? Because in business, we've had to make a mental shift. We've had to reinvent ourselves in every area of business, and nonprofit organizations are no different. They have to take a look at how they've developed what they currently have and how they can continue to grow from where they're at. And most foundations are built upon donations from others. Well, if the economy goes backwards and people aren't prospering, then the donations are not coming in. So changing this mindset, we're a consumptive nation. We're a consumptive country. And so if we can tie the financial aspect to what it is we consume on a daily basis, regardless of how much money we make, it becomes a very powerful shift in the way that we can continue to grow and do business. And what that means to me in this space is just taking what I've already been doing for my career, the past 16 years, and taking it to a whole nother level. It gives it that purpose. It gives it that thing that's been missing for me.
How do you know that the money actually gets to the end of the trail?
Well, you ask a lot of questions initially. Obviously, for a person that's not had an opportunity to really kind of put hands on with the principals and the organization, you know, they can do their own due diligence out there in the worldwide web. But the reality is, it is going, and you can just go back to when this foundation started and look at some of the partnerships, just like Ascent, that they're giving the organization that you represent money, and you're not directly tied to the network aspect. They're raising the money through that aspect, driving consumption, and they're in turn giving that money back to your foundation, which is the heart of how this whole thing started.
Well, it's very, very exciting for us at Ascend, and being involved in the countries that we are in Peru and Bolivia and Ecuador and working in Africa, and now as we're beginning to look at other countries, because as Trivani expands and as the distributorship expands, it gives us an opportunity to look at a whole bunch of new opportunities, because certainly there's needy children and needy families everywhere. And what we do is we find a village, we focus on a village, we identify the children in the village, we identify them by name. So even in your back office, when you join Trivani and you're auto shipping a certain amount of product, that you're purchasing, you get to be, they refer to you as a guardian. You get
That's
to be a
correct.
guardian
Right.
of a child, and you actually get to see that child that lives in that village.
Right.
So you actually get to adopt them. That's a pretty cool thing.
Well, and you get to communicate with them.
That's really
if
cool.
you so desire.
Now you have kids, right?
I do. I have 5.
And your kid. Okay, cool. So are they how do they feel about interacting with a
Well,
kid that they've adopted?
they
so
love
to
it,
speak?
and I mean, I'm so glad that you brought that up, because oftentimes I think that it's hard as a parent to be able to help my children who are blessed understand that not everybody is as blessed as they are. We live in an entitlement country, right? And so this allows me to educate them in a way that they can connect, and then every time they brush their teeth, every time they use their shampoo, they know that it's benefiting somebody else, and it just brings a whole nother level of education. And back to the heart of what we're supposed to be doing. We always want to instill in our children to give back. We want to instill in our children to not be selfish, to be thinking of others' needs. And when it gets as simple as when you wash your hair, you can be thinking about somebody else and how you're benefiting somebody else. Well, it doesn't get any better than that.
Well, I have a question for you. So I'm going to be skeptical,
Okay.
chairman of the board for a minute, and it's all exciting, this whole story of
Sure.
wanting to come into a network marketing company and to participate with a foundation like this.
Sure.
But at the end of the day, you've got to be able to make some money in network
Right.
marketing, or network
Right.
marketing doesn't work.
Right.
And you've also got to have product that is real.
Sure.
That's legitimate stuff. So you've been around this now for a little while.
Right.
From my skeptical perspective as the chairman, does this really have legs that's going to be able to continue and support,
Sure.
support it for a long period of
Sure.
time? What are your thoughts?
And it's a fair question. Let me first start with the product. We can say that we have a great product. It has to be efficacious, and it has to be as great as we say it is, because at the end of the day, when people are washing their hair, they're brushing their teeth, or you're using the skincare, whatever the case may be, at some point in time, they're going to know whether or not it's great. Maybe it's a month, maybe it's 2 months. And if it's not what we say it is as a company, if it doesn't do what we say it's going to do, it isn't just the company that suffers, it's the child.
So you're taking food out of their mouth.
That's right.
Essentially.
That's right. So there's a responsibility to create a product that does what it says it's going to do, number one. The other side of it is from the network marketing piece. And some people have a hang-up, well, if you're trying to do this humanitarian thing, why are you running it through network marketing? Why do you have money that's prospering in a compensation structure? And the bottom line is, poor people can't help poor people. If we naturally will tell somebody about something if we have a positive experience from it. But that will only have legs for so long. If we can tie our financial gain to that same referral, well, it takes that referral way, way further. It has much bigger, longer legs and arms that reach out into the marketplace. Every product, service, every single thing that's out there has to have some level of advertising or pushing and referral. And we have to prosper as individuals. It doesn't matter how good it feels. It doesn't matter how warm and fuzzy and kumbaya it is. At the end of the day, we got to pay our light bill.
Right.
We got to feed our kids.
Yeah, it's true. And at Ascend, we realize that the giving portion is so significant. There are so many wonderful people that have a desire to give and to make a difference in others' lives. Mm-hmm. We're grateful at Ascend that people have done that, but more importantly, we're grateful that people like Lorie and others that are working with the Trivani companies have embraced this great concept. What a wonderful opportunity to be here, and it's so nice to meet you. And you know what? Listen, if you want to attach to a company that sees a bigger picture, Trivani might be your space.